Hello, Ederson Oliveira here for the Solo Coder. Today I have with me Durai Raj, which I'm just gonna call Raj, that's how I know him. Raj is a contractor. He works with J2EE in Java. He works for the Ontario Ministry of Education, correct? And I tend to think that he is a hybrid. What do I mean by hybrid? He's a hybrid between an employee and a solo coder. Today, that's what we're going to be talking about. I want to get a little bit about his past here, but also about his experience in being a contractor. What are the pros? What are the cons of that life? Raj, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this interview.
Okay, so I know Raj for about 10 or 11 years. We have worked together on a company called WSI, and he was a contractor back then already, 10 years ago. So my first question to you, Raj, is why the contracting life? Why that?
The contracting life is much more flexible, and you can work in an environment where you like it most. And if you don't like it, you can jump onto different contracts or different company. So it become more easier to handle with contracting in IT field.
So how did you first get into contracts? Because I'm assuming that at some point you were an employee and then you moved to contract positions. How did you make the move?
I tried full-time employment, but that was not that much pretty. Basically, in a full-time environment, you are bound to the job and manager and the company environment, everything. Whereas on a contract, you are not bound to the company, whereas you're bound to the work that is given to you, the task that is given to you. You, for example, you write a website and you are done and you handshake and go. It's basically, you don't have to be with them forever kind of thing.
I see. Doesn't that bring also some level of instability to you?
At first, I thought that that would be like, what if I don't get a new project or in between projects. I was in a bench for a couple of weeks and figure out that the more what I had to do is update myself up to date, and then when I have up to date information in the IT field, then people will grab me just like that. And the initial stages is the hard. Once you get into a couple of handshakes and say goodbye, then you will feel comfortable saying that again and again for different projects.
Got it. So said that the initial stages were hard of getting to the contract life. What was hard exactly that you're talking about?
You don't get any leave, or you don't get any vacation time or things like that. Whereas if you were done one contract and then before moving to another contract, you can take your own time off kind of thing. That is what I learned in between. Or if you want to go for a vacation, just quit the contract and go for a vacation, come back and join in a new contract.
No, I'm sure that some friends of mine that are full-time employees, when they hear that, they must say, you know what, this guy's crazy. I mean, quitting and just going to a vacation and not knowing that I'm gonna have another position when I come in. I mean, I'm gonna ask again, how do you handle that instability?
Stability-wise, IT field is so vast and people want it badly, especially if you are a coder and you have the skill to code. And for example, in an IT environment, when I started working, I didn't realize that I'm more important than a manager or full-time employee. They give that much respect, and that's where I gained the confidence, having like a luxury life, being contractor and coding, and they respect you more. Even though you don't have that level or ranking, being a developer, programming hard coding stuff gives you more confident in a way that you know the internal stuff, everything inside what is going on on a project, on an application like that. So you are become more important. Without you, they will not have anything to show to the client or anything like that.
I see.
So you will be the go-to person. So when you have that kind of confidence, say that, yeah, I'm the go-to person, then I put my legs on the top of the bench or seat and then sit and relax. So you become like kind of, okay, you are on your own, you do whatever you want to do. And easy to get the projects also. When in between projects, like all you have to do is just apply online or put it on websites about your skills and update your skills. When you have up to date your skills where you've done what you've done in the previous projects, then it's easy to find a new project.
So we were talking the other day and you mentioned that you get approached via LinkedIn quite a lot. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the last project that I got was like when the last project was done, I came home and put a note, say that end date. Just put the LinkedIn says that today is my end date. At 12 o'clock I put end date, and then after 1 hour, one of the resource manager called and, are you available? So they get notified immediately who is available right away once you put an end date to a project that you're working on. And that's how I got this project right now. So it's kind of easy now, but at the beginning it was hard for me to find a new project. And at that time there was not much of technology to update. Like the LinkedIn was not even born when I was working as a contract. At that time they have different websites, Monster, Workapolis, different websites helped me in different stages when I.
Got it. Okay, so let's shift the conversation a little bit, and I'm not going to ask for specifics here, but tell me the benefits from a monetary point of view. How does it compare with a regular employment as compared to contracts? How more interesting, let's put it this way, how more interesting are the rates that you charge as an employee as a contractor as compared to a regular employee?
On a regular employee, they don't pay as a full pay, or because they have to take your taxes and they have to give benefits, and you have all vacation times, this and all. Whereas on a contract, you ask for how many hours you want to work and how much you want. The rates compared to full-time and contract is like all you have to do is work for 6 months and you get paid for a whole year comparing between full-time employee and a contract. So I don't have to work for 1 year. All I have to do is get a project for 6 months. I'm done for the year kind of thing. So that kind of monetary benefits in that.
Got it. But I know that you are in the ministry for 5 years now?
Almost.
So it's an unusual contract.
Yeah, this one is an unusual contract because they have tons of work and I get to work on new projects every time. So the last 1 month we finished one of the projects and washed our hands and thought that I'm done here. And then the manager called again, said that, yeah, come again. The next day I got started another project going on. So that's how the project is going on.
Got it. So I guess that as a contractor, you come to an organization with some authorities, and I mean, you are brought over. They had to go outside the company to bring you as a professional over to add to their team because they didn't have that expertise there. So you come with an authority there, isn't it?
Is that? Yes. For example, some components like in specialties like UCM components. So when you're in a contract position, you always should have something specialty that you know of. So let's say everyone is a developer, but you have to have something special, like, oh yeah, you do extra something on top of the other developers. That's what the contractors make more reliable. They want you forever kind of thing.
Got it. One point that I got from our last conversation, Raj, is that you mentioned one con of being a contractor is the scapegoat scenario. Can you talk a little bit about that scapegoat thing?
Yes.
That you talked to me the other day?
Yeah,
Please.
the scapegoat is like if you're a full-time employee, you have to take the responsibility, and they ask all the questions. And for full-time employee, that's a pressure, right? Whereas if I'm on contract, I don't have any pressure of taking responsibility. Say that, yeah, I made the mistake. I can take responsibility of others also. Say that, hey, it's my fault. No worries. Meeting is over. Go home. I'll fix it. Kind of thing. So I have that kind of confidence, saying that, okay, don't worry about this. I'll take care of it. I'll fix it. It's my fault means everyone will be quiet. The whole meeting, the whole scenario will be like in a different
the problem is gone.
The problem is gone as soon as you say that it's my fault means. And I don't have a problem because I don't have any dependency in the company. Say that, okay, what if I say my fault and I will be fired, or I will not get a raise or anything. So here, if you don't want, say bye and give a handshake and go. Kind of thing.
Got it. You mentioned that one of the key things or ways that you go about getting the next project are by your relationships. You have developed relationships over time, I guess, with headhunters, with agencies. How do you come about nurturing those relationships? Do you keep them posted? Do you say, hey, do they ask you how you're doing? How does that work for you?
Yeah, basically, if you are in a project and already in a project, and someone send a message, say that, hey, are you available? Then what you do is you will keep them in contact. You say that, yes, I'm on a project. When I'm out of the project, I will get back to you. Or you will keep in touch and you will add them in your contact list. And you always like have a chat and say that so and so skills I have, and update my resume, and I'll get back to you after this project is over. So after the project is over, again you contact them and say that, hey, I'm available right now, kind of thing. So that way they will keep an eye on you all the time, and they check back. We don't have to send any resume, anything. They will after 6 months they will call you and find out whether I'm available or not. So they will add into their calendar and all about my status, everything. So that's how also you keep in touch with different recruiters, and whichever suits for you, you join.
Got it. And I have to tell you guys, and Raj, you have done a very good job with your LinkedIn profile. It's very complete. It's very comprehensive. It's really detailed. You have people giving testimonials about yourself. So I really want to congratulate you for the professionalism that you have put into your LinkedIn profile. You have done a great job there.
Thank you so much.
Coming to an end here, but I want you to, I guess, that to help that person that coder that is considering the possibility of going the contracting route that you have gone. If they have not started yet, but they are considering that, what would you recommend for someone that is already a professional, is working full time, but they want to move to a contract life? What do we advise them to do?
First thing is the fear of what if I don't have insurance. Just give you an idea of insurance. It's not a big thing about insurance, and you can pay by hand when you are making enough money for that. So those small, like what if someone is really sick and they cannot have, they need a dependency on the insurance. For them, I would say think twice making a decision of going for contract, from full-time to contract. Whereas that you are single or just started or don't have any family. But when I started a contract, I was single. I was like going through, for me it was easy. Once you get a family life, you will hesitate twice to go for full-time to contract. That scenario, you got to think twice making a switch. But definitely, no matter what, you can always switch at any time when you have up to date knowledge in the IT field.
That space.
And and that's where you get to know the latest also. If you are stuck with one job, one place, and you will be there forever for the same technology, but you never get to update yourself. Whereas in contract, you get to update latest softwares, latest information, up to date, and you are ready to jump on to the next level easily.
Got it. And you can just pick whatever you want to do and go to the next one.
Exactly. And then there are options a lot actually. Especially developing side, there is a lot of opportunity. Everyone wants it, and that's what you don't have to worry about switching companies.
Got it. So you mentioned one aspect of contracting, which is insurance and guarantees for your family. But what I was trying to get from you is, how do you get started in the contracting world? I mean, do you advise someone just go online and search for contract work? How do you do the first step towards finding that kind of contracting position that you could be looking for?
There are two positions when you search for jobs. They will always say that this is a contract job or full-time job, and you don't look into the full-time job at all. So you always pick the contract type, and then basically you will find a lot of contracts, 6 months, 1 year, those contracts available. And you pick whatever suits for you. Like when you see the requirements, if one line is not good for you, don't even apply. It's like there are plenty of that kind of jobs available. You pick the one that is exactly suits your need. And it's easy when you have all the list in the requirement list or role that you are going to play there. If you are select the one that is all good for you, then when you go there, you will not have a problem at all, even in the interviews or in the workplace also. Interview is the hardest part when you go through contracts. Couple of times it will be hard, but once you go through a couple of once you have a mock-up interview with yourself or someone that even doesn't know IT field, just ask them to call up for mock-up interviews. Then you will, when you go there, you will know how to respond to all those kind of questions.
So the process of finding a contract job, it's very similar to a regular job, isn't it?
Exactly. It's
just a different setup in terms of the engagement with that organization, but very similar process.
Very similar process.
That's why I call this a hybrid. I mean, you're not full-time, but you're not a solo coder, you're not running your own show. Have you thought about running your own show, doing your own thing?
Yes, but it's a different lifestyle altogether, and where making money by yourself is like you have the ownership, responsibility, everything altogether. Whereas this one is also yourself, coding by yourself, but only on the hourly basis.
Got it. Okay. Anything that we have not talked about here that you'd like to mention as well about the contracting life of a coder? Anything that we left out?
It's all covered. Personally, I want to say when I was in Bell, before joining
Bell Canada,
yeah.
The telephone
company. Yeah. I was in a contract for 6 months with them, and then when the contract was over, I joined WSI and I worked with you. And thanks for having me there. And I guess I was left in the middle to go back to Bell Canada again, because they asked me to come back and say that, hey Raj, we need an expert on this, so can you come back? That's why I left in the middle and went back to Bell Canada. So that's what happens when you are having a good workmanship, and show that you will be hired back, and you don't have to worry about when they say 6 months project is over, go means give the handshake and say that call me next time when you are free, give your number, everything, and print a card, and then that's how I got into the second contract again.
Very good. So again, solo coder career is not limited from full-time employment to doing your own thing, your own business. There is something in between there. Contracting life seems to be very good. Raj is doing awesome there. Again, Raj, I thank you very much for your time and for opening up the life of a contractor for the solo coders out there. Thank you very much. And peeps, guys, let's join the Slack group. Let's talk. Comment in the video, in the comments on YouTube. Ask questions. If you have questions to Raj, I can send that to him. I can give his contact information. Great Java developer. for big corporations. And again, thank you very much, Raj. I really appreciate your help.
Thank you.